afternoon, everyone. I wish the whole schools are here. How much time do I have? Achha, I will ask students, how much time do I have? I have 10 minutes? Yes or no? Loud, I can't hear. Still I can't hear. Okay, now everyone has got out. So, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank the administration, the management, principal sir, vice principal, and all the teachers, and also you students to have me here. I can't tell you that how overwhelmed I am because it's been 17 years that I had passed out school in 2005, and finally in 2022 I have come here. And trust me, the thought of coming to school had crossed almost zillion times in my mind, zillion times, that I had to go to my school, I had to go to my school. In the first 10 years when I passed out, 10 years passed by because I said I will go to the school only when I become something. So I became an IAS officer in 2015. So 10 years passed thinking that I'll go only when I'll become something, and 7 years passed because I was busy working. Finally, because I had a baby 4 months back and I am on maternity leave, that's why I could come today. So all thanks to my baby for having me here now. And trust me, my hands are shivering. I'm like, okay, this is my school and this auditorium is humongous. This was not in our times. We used to stand outside in the sunlight and half of us used to collapse. So very, very thankful to the management and administration to have an auditorium, and I think now I have 10-15 minutes to talk. I must appreciate the way this foundation day has been designed. I loved the title, which is called Pratibimb, reflection. What is reflection? Reflection is the image that we see, that you see in your mirror, in water, in wherever, whatever objects we can see our image. And I think today is the time when Jaycees Public School is seeing its image through its alumni. And I'm sure that since I am one of those alumni, Jaycees feels proud. And I feel proud of my school as well. And when you add self to the reflection, then you coin the term called self-reflection. So self-reflection is when we as individuals reflect onto what we have done, what have been our behaviors, what have we experienced, what is yet to be done. And I will go into that self-reflection mode now. And since I've been knowing from past 1 week that I will be coming here, so I reflected a lot of things, and I'll share 3-4 experiences which I had in my life, which directly connects to what I learned in school. Most important thing, I said 10 years it took me to clear UPSC, 4 attempts. I got through in the 4th attempt, and I had to tell you something. What happened that when I did my graduation, post-graduation, then I was working with a company called Adobe Systems. All of us have heard of Adobe, PDF Adobe. I was working there for some time. Then I joined a company called Steel Authority of India Limited. It's a PSU. And I was very happy because somehow, you find excuses to what you have achieved or what you could not achieve. So I was preparing for UPSC. I gave 2 attempts. I couldn't clear. Then I gave multiple competitive examinations, and I got through one of the public sector undertaking exam. And I got into Steel Authority of India Limited. And I was very happy कि ठीक है. Sorry that I would use Hindi in between as well, though I remember हमारे इस टाइम पे फाइन होता था हिंदी बोलने पे. आज I'm sure I will not be fined. Is it still there? Are you guys fined for speaking in Hindi? Still? Okay, तो आज मेरे हिस्से का फाइन कोई और दे देना. So I'll talk in Hindi a bit. When I joined SAIL, I very well remember, मुझे लगा बहुत बढ़िया हो गया लाइफ में. फर्स्ट UPSC होता है, सेकंड ये PSU की जॉब होती है, तो कोई बात नहीं, फर्स्ट चीज़ नहीं मिली UPSC तो सेकंड बेस्ट जॉब तो मिली गई दुनिया में, इंडिया में जो होती है, तो वेरी गुड. So I called up Sir and I said, sir, I joined this company and this is very very good. और पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग है सर, गवर्नमेंट जॉब है, बहुत बढ़िया है, और मैंने कम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम क्लियर किया है, तो मैं तो हमेशा से ब्राइट थी, देखो मैंने कम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम क्लियर किया. एंड देन सर वाज लाइक, मैं तुझे कोई कंग्रेचुलेट नहीं कर रहा. I was like, what? I said, sir, it is the second best job in the country. He said, no. I always knew that you have to become an IAS. ठीक है, I am not congratulating you. And trust me, that was a reality check for me. Because then, you have a sense of achievement. हम क्या करते हैं, हमें किताब पढ़ते हैं और उस किताब को आधा पढ़ के सबको बताते हैं, अरे पता है मैं हैरी पॉटर पढ़ रही हूँ, पता है मैं ये पढ़ रही हूँ, तो हमारा सेंस ऑफ अचीवमेंट वहीं आ जाता है. तो हम पूरी किताब तो पढ़ते ही नहीं है फिर. तो वैसे वो सेंस ऑफ अचीवमेंट था मेरे अंदर कि ओके यार, आई एम इनटू सेल, आई एम वेरी गुड. बट देन Pansar gave me that reality check. So trust me, if I am standing here as an IAS officer, it is all because of Pansar. Because that day, if he would not have told me that I am not satisfied, this is not good, I want to see you cracking UPSC, then I would have not given the next 2 attempts which I gave. So I really want you guys to applaud hugely for Pansar from my side and from everybody, sir. Sir has been my mentor all this time. And imagine, I joined in 2012. That was 7 years after I completed school. So sir was in touch with me, asking me, are you giving UPSC? Are you sitting for the exam? So he constantly kept on asking me. And this is where I am. Having said that, having said everything about what we learn from school, I will also talk about 3 myths. 3 चीज़ें जो स्कूल में एक नोशन था मेरे टाइम पर और वो मिथ निकला. आई एम सॉरी अगर जो भी पास में हमारे टीचर्स है कुछ भी हो, वो आई थिंक आज अग्री करेंगे, बट मैं 3 मिथ ज़रूर बताऊंगी. तो आर स्कूल हैड अ बिगेस्ट आइडिया ऑफ having intelligent students in science section. Sorry Kanak ma'am, आप मुझे डांटेगा मत. Having intelligent students in science section. I remember when I took commerce, I was called, my father was called by the principal that why she has taken commerce. She's supposed to take science. She's intelligent. So then I said, no, I have to clear UPSC and commerce gives me whatever I want. And I love this subject. And Miglani sir was there. तो मिगलानी सर तो बहुत अच्छा अकाउंट्स पढ़ाते हैं, बहुत मज़ा आता है अकाउंट्स एंड बिजनेस स्टडीज करने पढ़ाया हमें. आर दे कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स इन द रूम? आर दे कॉमर्स 12th क्लास स्टूडेंट्स? अच्छा एल्यूमिन आए हैं, ओके. बट 11th क्लास स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर? आई कांट हियर. 11th क्लास कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स आर डेड. लाउड. हाँ, वेरी गुड. कॉमर्स रॉक्स. सो ट्रस्ट मी, दैट इज अ मिथ. No matter whatever you are, science, commerce, humanities doesn't matter. It depends that you love the subject or not. Do you agree or not? You have to. All the alumni will, yes. So this was one myth. Second myth. स्पोर्ट्स में कुछ नहीं रखा है, सिर्फ पढ़ाई करनी है. और मैंने पढ़ाई की है, मैंने स्पोर्ट्स नहीं किया है. बट थोड़ा बहुत स्पोर्ट्स में हमें पेज देते थे, एक स्पोर्ट्स पीरियड होता था एंड आई लव दैट. आई यूज्ड टू प्ले बास्केटबॉल अ बिट एंड आई एज योर सीनियर आई वुड जस्ट recommend, I would not say that make sports your career or make studies your career, but a balance is very important. Why? Because when you grow in your life, then you would realize that okay, being flexible, being healthy, being agile is also one of the qualities you should have. बहुत अच्छी आपने पढ़ाई कर ली, you have studied very hard, but your body is not supporting you. What will you do? I study say 10 hours during the day for UPSC, but if my body is not flexible enough to adapt to that changing environment, I will be dead after some years. I will not be able to perform. So cracking UPSC is not the end of the world. You have to work hard to become to show the society that yes, you're an officer, you can deliver something. So sports is equally important. To all those bright students who are here, and for me, all of you are bright, I would say, अगर sports में interest नहीं है, do something so that at least you are healthy and fit. That is important. And for all those students who want to take sports as a career, go ahead. If you like it, go ahead. So an optimum balance between sports and studies is very, very important. Now the third and the last myth. टॉपर ही होना ज़रूरी है. एंड आई हैव बीन अ टॉपर थ्रू आउट एंड दिस इज़ फ्रॉम द टॉपर्स माउथ ओनली. आई मीन सर वुड वाउच. मेरी मम्मा अभी आई नहीं है, बट वो आती थी जब मेरी कॉपीज़ दिखाते थे एंड आई यूज्ड टू गेट 2 मार्क्स लेस, तो मैं रोती थी कि मेरे मैम ने 2 नंबर कैसे काट लिए. मुझे तो टॉप करना था क्लास में, टॉप क्लास में नहीं, मुझे सारे सेक्शन में टॉप करना था. तो आई यूज्ड टू क्राई. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, when you go in life, go ahead. What is important? It is not that you have topped and got very good marks. What is important is what have you learned. अगर आपने मगअप किया, क्रैम्प किया, खूब रट्टाफिकेशन मार दिया, अगले दिन आए एग्जाम में खूब अच्छे से लिखा एंड यू गॉट रियली गुड मार्क्स, बट समझ में तो कुछ आया नहीं, जो पढ़ा उसको तो हमने लाइफ में अप्लाई ही नहीं करा. We are studying science, we are studying accounts, we are studying economics, but what is happening around हमने उससे तो कनेक्ट ही नहीं करा ना. तो हमने मार्क्स बहुत अच्छे ले लिए, but we have not learned. And trust me, this is the golden rule of cracking any damn examination in India. Trust me, I will say to the parents also, to students also. Parents यहाँ पे क्योंकि हम कहीं कहीं बहुत ज़्यादा एम्फेसिस देते हैं मार्क्स लाने पे, बट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्या है कि क्या बच्चे ने समझ के मार्क्स लाया है. अगर समझ के मार्क्स लाया है, वेरी वेरी गुड, वेरी वेरी गुड. बट अगर रट्टा मार के मार्क्स लाया है तो वो लाइफ में आगे सफ़र करेगा, थोड़ा सा तो सफ़र करेगा. एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा, देयर विल बी अ टाइम व्हेन यू गाइस हैव टू अनलर्न व्हाट यू हैव लर्नड एंड लर्न अगेन. सो डोंट गेट इनटू दैट ट्रैप. सो आई एम टेलिंग द थर्ड मिथ दैट getting good marks and become a topper is not the golden rule. It is that how do you learn. Your ability to learn should be more than ability to get marks. That is the golden rule. And now I give you a very classic example from my own life about this. So when I did my masters, there was a batch of 32 students in my masters, and I have done masters in human resource management. And then there was a company called Adobe. They had called all of us for a group discussion for placement, campus placements. So there was a group discussion followed by an interview. So out of those 32, 20 were called. Out of those 20, 2 were selected from the group discussion, and then we went for the interview. And then 2 of us, I had 5 rounds of interview in that company to get a job. So those 5 rounds of interviews finished, and luckily I got the job. Now what happened that after 4 months, I had to quit the job because I had cleared my prelims, UPSC prelims, and I had to sit for the mains. So I told them कि भाई मेरे को I have to go and please just leave me and I have to prepare for my exam. So then the company said, okay, we will leave you, but you get a replacement. Then only we will relieve you. So the second topper of my batch, that time masters, I was the second topper. The first topper was a girl called Mansi. So I called her Mansi. I said, you had already sat in the group discussion and you have scored pretty well, so you please come for the interview as a replacement. I have to go and study for UPSC. So then she was called again by the company, and then she was interviewed. She was asked a question that, you have been a topper in your masters, how important it is for you to top. So she said, it is very important for me. I really want to be top. I cannot compromise for anything second. The same question was asked to me in my interview as well. And I don't know, luckily that day, because since I had already given some exams and had not cleared it, so I said, I have realized after passing out school that topping is not important. Learning is more important, and you should learn and you should work with a team. This was a question which I was asked in my interview. So when Mansi was asked about the same question, she answered that which I told you, and she was rejected again. So then my boss called me and I said, ki, you have rejected her, where will I go? I have to leave the job. So she cited me the same example. She said, she's too competitive, she cannot work in the team because she wants to be on the top. And for you, we know that you joined the company, it's new for everyone, you have been learning well, you have that ability to learn. And trust me, I was taken aback. I realized that, okay, the answer which I gave that time, that okay, getting marks is not important, how much you learn is important. And how much you are able to learn is more important. What happens after a particular age, we all come to a point, we say that I know everything. हमें सब कुछ पता है, हमें मत बताओ. But today I still tell you, there is no age of learning. At every age you learn. Today when I am 35, I am learning. Our teachers who is much more senior than us, they're learning. Everybody is the age of learning. So I would always request to people to have that ability to learn. If you don't have it, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to make it. At least in interviews. Because then your attitude reflects. That is very, very important. So these are the three myths which I wanted to share. How many, I don't know how much is the commerce and science proportion. I think humanities have also started in the school, which is very, very good. And one last thing, because I have switched subjects. I had done commerce, then I did sociology honors, then I did masters in human resource management, then I've done again a masters in public management, and I'm in UPSC. And as an officer now, there's one learning which I want to give all of you. As we are standing here as Jaycees Public School, and I listened to one of the comparers saying कि Jaycees Public School हमें एक बेहतर citizen बनाता है. It makes us a better citizen. हम लोग बिल्कुल pledge करते हैं. We do pledge to become a better citizen, but we don't do much. So as students, I just request you, trust me, agree, as students even I have probably not done anything to become a better citizen, but now when I am in a responsible job, I actually feel that each one of us has to make a positive contribution to society. And that positive contribution for at least you people at this age can be only two things. One is, please don't use plastic. Second is, save water. This is, I am telling you from an officer's point of view, that we have to make this world better for our future generations to come. And for me, you guys are my future generations. आपका और मेरा probably 3 generation का तो gap हो गया. I believe that 5 years is the generation gap. I am 17 years younger to you. So 5 मतलब multiply into 3. So this is 3-year generation gap. Point is 3 generations आज आप कुछ करोगे, the impact will come 3 generations later. So you have to start doing now. There will be a time when you will be at my age and you will be thinking, oh my God, what is this word? Where is this word going? Have we made it a better place? We have not. And I request this to all the parents as well who are sitting here, that this is the time when all of us has to take at least one little step to become a better citizen. At least one little step. And that little step is saving water and saying no to plastic. I think that will be all. We don't have to do बहुत बड़ा कुछ करना नहीं है, मम्बो जम्बो बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ करना नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा ज्ञान भी नहीं देना है किसी को. ये छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स हमें अपने घर में ही लेने हैं. एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट all of you to at least start doing this from now on. And I don't know if students are listening to it. आपको समझ में आया जो मैंने बोला, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Students?
Yes, ma'am.
आवाज़ ही नहीं आई मुझे बिल्कुल. हाँ, this is the spirit which we all have to imbibe. And Jaycees Public School gives you that spirit. Whatever I am today, I am a product of 12 years of schooling which I have passed here. And most important thing, स्कूल में जब हम होते हैं, आई कैन वेरी वेल अंडरस्टैंड, आई कैन एम्फेटाइज विद यू. अरे यार ये आ गई एलुमिना, ये भी ज्ञान देके चली जाएंगी. रोज तो पंसर में ज्ञान, इन सबका ज्ञान सुनते हैं, रोज कोई ना कोई ज्ञान देके जा रहा है. करना क्या है लाइफ में पता ही नहीं चल रहा है. बट ट्रस्ट मी, ज्ञान कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ लाइफ में वो करो विच यू लाइक. इफ यू फाइंड मीनिंग टू व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, देन यू आर ओके. फाइंड मीनिंग टू व्हाट यू आर डूइंग. व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग अ जॉब which was apparently for me a second batch job, and when sir told me ki no, you have to crack UPSC, then I again reflected onto myself ki am I going to spend next 25 years of my life doing this office job? Do I like this? And then the answer was no, because I was not finding any meaning to that job. And when I came into the service, I realized that yes, this was my calling. This was where I could find a meaning to my life. So do whatever you find meaning into it. If you like sports, अच्छा लगता है, you could justify it, you find meaning to it, yes. But don't find meaning to your incompetencies. कि मम्मी आज संडे है, आज तो मैं लेट उठूंगी, ठीक है, मेरी बॉडी में बहुत आलस है, लेथार्जिक है, and you find meaning to it because आज तो संडे है. You have to find meaning to what you are doing. That is important. So pursue sports, pursue humanities, pursue commerce, pursue science. Whatever it is, you should fall in love with the subject. You should. नहीं समझ में आ रहा तो then go to the teacher, ask zillion questions. Trust me, I tell, if a teacher is shouting at you and saying कि कितने सवाल पूछते हो, तो I will say the teacher is not good. You should ask as many questions as you can ask. Valid, justified questions regarding a subject. And if the clarity is done, then you are ready to go with that subject. So do love whatever you're doing and find meaning to whatever you do. And I'm sure you will all find your calling I am not saying that UPSC is the best field, but if you want to become an IAS officer, you should know that why do you want to become an IAS officer. You should know कि IAS officer करता क्या है. When I was posted as Joint Magistrate Roorkee for 2 years, I had visited several schools, and lot of students used to come and sit in, come and meet in my office or school or whatever. Whomsoever had come for guidance, I told them, sit with me for 24 hours in my office and then decide whether you want to do it or not. So this is how you will get to know what you want to do. Having said that, though मेरे को भी नहीं पता था, मेरे पिताजी ने बोला था UPSC करना है. But finally, after wandering for 10 years, I realized that yes, this is my calling. So I would request, I would love that you get your calling probably in a year's time or 2 years' time from when you passed out school. But I'm sure you will get your calling. And having said that, thank you so much again. I think I took 10 to 15 minutes of your time. And I can't tell you that what is the feeling I have. I can talk to you guys throughout the day because it's been 17 years that thought has crossed and now finally everything is coming out after 17 years. But I love what this school has given us and respect it. I know कि जब पढ़ते हैं तब नहीं लगता है, and I should also mention our principal sir that time was Khandelwal sir. I don't know where is sir today, but I really admire him from bottom of my heart because he was that one person who was so dedicated to his efforts and job. And we used to tell कि sir तो मतलब पीछे ही पड़े रहते हैं, but he was very much dedicated. So I really want to mention Khandelwal sir as well. He was one of the finest principals we had in our times, and all the teachers, and I'm so glad to meet every one of them. Thank you so much and hope to see you guys again. Thank you.